2010.
2010.
2010.
My last STI was a 08.
Really?
Yeah, it looked just like this, but it was the blue one.
I like the blue one.
So you said you're getting your check engine light because you don't have a cat and you're running a Cobb stage 2, or do they only provide like a stage 1 for this year?
So my Cobb, it shows that it has the stage 1 plus.
Sure.
SF thingy for the intake.
Yeah.
And then I have the Invidia high flow cat, something like that.
And it doesn't
it doesn't like it. I
Yeah.
guess. So
the whole, I used to tune on Cobb. I like their stuff.
Yeah.
But they went green speed because like the government kind of fined them, huge fine. Because through their software you could delete all these codes, and there's more codes. There's more like TGV and evap codes, which are whatever, bad for the environment.
Yeah.
And so they kind of locked it all down. And so now, yes, if you do a even high flow cat, it seems like it pops that code over time.
Okay.
The cool thing about switching to open source is I can remove all that, and there's actually other cool things you can delete, like TGVs, if you plan mods in the future.
Yeah.
I guess the downside is you can't keep the access port installed because they won't let me put my tune on their access port.
Okay. That makes
But
sense. Yeah.
I get a lot of people that come and even say they had a pro tune at a dyno shop on their Cobb, and then they change a mod, and because they're catless and because they have deletes, the shop will tell them, I can't touch your car anymore. And so they have to come to me, and I have to like retune their car. And it's kind of they kind of left a lot of people hanging, but I think they got fined like millions of dollars. Yeah. But I like Cobb parts. They're really good parts. Like they're high quality. I put them on my other cars. But yeah, can you pop the hood?
Yeah.
I just want to take a quick peek. This reminds me of my car.
Oh, really?
Yeah, every time I get a hatch, if you want to pop that, good. It always reminds me of my car.
Oh, yeah.
What's your recent maintenance, like oil change?
I actually just did the oil change, I think last Tuesday.
I can check the level. I always check the level. That's like my thing. Looks good. What about spark plugs? Has that been a while?
Okay, so when I got it, so basically the history of the car is I got it back in June, I think. Blew the engine. So this is a new engine, and they did put new spark plugs in him.
Cool.
Back in, I think December or November.
It's just a stock 257?
Yeah.
Okay.
257.
Cool.
There's the Cobb thing. And I bought it like this, so I don't even, the way it is the way I really actually just bought it.
Yeah.
And
Filter looks nice and clean. Free flowing downpipe. Like, what is your current boost that you're hitting? Like 17-ish?
So on the Cobb thing it says 18 peak on sharp and sport, and then on intelligent I think it's
lower.
20,
yeah,
something like that.
Cool. We can try to push it a little more, and it'll like push it more in the sport sharp, and then sport make it more like moderate, and then intelligent make it like really good on gas. Okay. If you daily this.
Yeah.
When I had my car, I tuned it like over and over and over. I kept trying to like perfect things, and I made my intelligent like buttery smooth, and like it was pretty slow if you think about it, but it did great on gas in that regard.
Okay.
And then you can flip it to the others, and it's more fast.
More fast. Oh yeah.
I would also probably right away delete so what I mean by delete is I remove from the tune any codes associated with the air pump, because these air pumps over time they get clogged up and they throw codes, and then your car goes into a limp mode. If I preemptively remove the codes, even when you do a delete of this system, you won't get any issues. So you won't need a retune, which is kind of nice for you.
Okay, cool.
It's easy to remove this. It's more work to delete the valves on the back of the heads. Yeah. But the block off plates are really cheap, and they're like this big, and they just go on the back of the heads. But it frees up a lot of the engine room. Okay. I don't know if you ever plan to do that, but I might as well preemptively do the delete for you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, basically the car is just used for daily driving.
For daily.
So it's not really
Cool.
the way it is I just want to get it fixed up and just get it going.
Yeah, did it blow up because it had a bad tune, or did they ever tell you what it was? Bad oil? Because these suffer, like Subarus in general, suffer from oil starvation.
I honestly don't know. All I know is just I was just driving around. I was beating on it too.
Of course.
Next thing you know, I turned my music down and all I hear.
Yeah, the knock,
like,
rod knock. So, what I recommend is get a oil catch can. Even if you get like, there are nice catch cans and they're very elaborate. They will like change a lot of the plumbing and they mount right there. I say like even buy like an Amazon $20 one, and all you do is from here go into the catch can, and from the catch can go back in there. So just put it in line right here, and you'll notice how much oil it catches. What happens right now is you drive, all that oil just goes back in the intake, and it kind of dilutes your gas. So your gas gets mixed with oil particles, and it's not as a pure mixture of gas, right? You're putting in 92 fuel, but it's mixing with oil, which is not becoming 92 in the end. So it's just a nice extra filtration, and it keeps the engine happier, less knock, like it's more knock prevention, stuff like that.
Yeah, because I was planning on
some little mods.
Yeah, little thing, like nothing too crazy. Like I was gonna get an AOS.
AOS is really good.
That and
there's a 4th cylinder cooling mod as well. It's a cheap mod, but it's also a little bit of work, and it's on the back of the head in there. You kind of pull off your intercooler and do it, but it keeps your 4th cylinder the same temperature as the rest of the engine. From factory, that cylinder is the hottest, and that's I'm even building an engine, and the 4th cylinder failed because that's the first one to usually go.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, that's basically.
I can send you links later, like recommendations.
Awesome.
And the installs, the catch can, easy if you get a simple catch can. If you get a AOS, they have all the instructions. It's kind of fun project. And then the 4th cylinder mod, it's a little bit of work. You have to like drain some coolant because it reroutes some coolant passage. Cool. Let me grab my laptop.
Cool.
What you can do meanwhile is uninstall your access port, because then I hook up and I pretty much tune for you. You can resell your access port to someone, make, whatever, $200-$400 back, whatever someone will pay for it. But if you want gauges and you don't have any, I always recommend a like wideband, so air fuel ratio gauge. And I see you have a bung in your downpipe right there at the top. So if you ever want to know your fuel mixture, you would put one in there. And then just a boost gauge, right? Everyone likes to see their boost. Usually you tap into it either right here or like any one of these other parts. So you would read boost. And then I recommend oil pressure, but it's a little bit of work to install like an additional oil pressure switch. But the AFR and boost are pretty easy. That's why I recommend that to everyone.
Sweet.
As Juan uninstalls the access port here, we're going to check out his hatch. Pretty cool styling. Did you drive it in the snow at all?
Oh yeah, this is my go-to for snowboarding.
Nice.
Getting on it, I'll switch over to sport.
Yeah.
And then whenever someone wants to line up with me, and I'm like, fine, then we switch over to sports plus.
Sure.
Let's get to it.
You're in 4th gear?
4th, 6th gear thing.
Can you do 4th? Okay. We'll just do like a small, medium pull. Yeah, I just want to get a little bit of a gauge on like how it feels right now. I'll tell you to let off if you need to. Go ahead. That's good. On the stock tune, it's a little jumpy, but we can smooth it all out. It'll be really nice. I need at least like one data point for a pull. It probably also threw a code for overboost, but that's not a big deal. I'll deal with all that. Let's see. I'm like 90% sure that's what it is. Yeah, it says you hit more boost than you intended. And the reason for that, you can follow that truck left. The reason for that is now you have this free-flowing downpipe, and it hits boost so much quicker. I don't know if you've ever driven a stock downpipe car, but it feels so underpowered compared to like a tuned one. And it's all that exhaust. It's so restricted. Imagine like trying to blow through a coffee straw, right? You can't get much air through that. It's kind of a funky analysis, but that's the one I use. But yeah,
that just makes sense.
Everything looks healthy, which is good. Nothing broke up in terms of spark or coil pack.
Okay, great.
And I'm going to tell you actually how much boost you hit. 19.4. Yeah. Looks like she's happier with us now compared to the previous. Yeah, so,
it does feel better.
Yeah. The thing is, when the ECU pulls back some timing, it doesn't feel as great, you know, because it's making those calculations on its own. So again, it's always better to have just a better tune in place because it feels smoother. Oh yeah, we'll just cruise it around for now. Maybe after this bend, I'll let you get in like third or fourth and like maybe give me 70% throttle just to see how it responds and stay in intelligent for now.
So
it's fine. Okay.
right there.
Yeah, it's fine. I think that was only like 35% throttle, but
Even more.
yeah, once we clear. We've only hit about 5.5 pounds of boost, but everything sounds pretty smooth. So I'll flip it in sport, just see if it likes the on and off throttle here. Tailgate party. So far, so good. Yeah, I'll tell you when. Wait a little bit until we get past this. Okay, you can get on it a bit. That's good. Okay, so that was intelligent. You hit 17.8. It felt pretty smooth.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, so it feels nice. We got like very, very minimal knock. It's almost at the point that tuners usually ignore it.
Oh.
It's under a -2 in terms of ECU correction, so that's really good.
Okay.
And it felt very smooth. Just keep driving for now. We might do the same thing, but I'll flip it into sport for you. Okay, just sport. Let me reset all my parameters. And third gear again. Yep. I think, yeah, go for it. That's good. That time it was a similar boost. We hit actually a little more, 18.
Okay.
I think it just picked up faster. Like in Intelligent, it took a little bit to build, and then in the Sport, it responded quicker. And just keep driving for now. I'll try a Sport Sharp. There's a couple bends here, but then there's going to be a straight after these trees.
Same thing, third gear?
Yes, please. I think after I dial it in more, we'll later do a fourth.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're still in third, go for it. Feels pretty good. How does this compare to like the Cobb?
Oh, this is so much better. Oh,
Smoother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to think, right, tuning was just like about the power and max numbers, but I always think it's how smooth the car does what it wants, what it needs to do.
No, yeah, this feels so much better. Wow. Let's see. I'm guessing after here is straight.
We can keep driving a little bit. There's a bend.
Okay.
You're gonna hit a bend straight pretty soon. So we're currently in Sport. I'll hit Intelligent.
Okay.
I want to get the full 3 comparison.
And fourth gear you said, right?
Yep. Let's see. Maybe after this car. And after that one.
After that one, just in case.
Alright, hit it. That's good. It definitely pulls harder.
Oh my god.
But I saw a little bit of knock, so I'll adjust it. But it feels good.
Oh,
Even in Intelligent mode, it's pulling pretty hard. I think I overcompensated with wastegate stuff.
okay.
But it feels good. We'll fix it over sandwiches.
Yeah. That's good. Company that sells like the engines.
Yep,
And,
they do that a lot.
and I think it had like 50 or 60K in it.
Yeah, in Japan they have very strict emissions laws where after a certain mileage you have to swap the engine.
Really?
Yeah, that's why they sell them to the US.
Wow.
It's kind of nice for us.
Yeah.
We get like low mileage used engines from
True.
Japan. We'll probably do the same route, go right.
Sweet.
And I'll throw, yeah, you're already in Intelligent. Yeah, pretty smooth.
Wow.
Let's go back to fourth. And then, yeah, let's gun it in fourth. Go ahead. That's good. I don't exactly understand the slight hesitation because it doesn't come out as anything in the tune here. But I'll check it again. But it's a lot less now.
Yeah.
And I wonder where it's coming from because the engine's not complaining about anything. It just has this kind of step. But I'll check it out. It could be the wastegate. I'll see if you still have the factory one or if you have an upgraded one. I think it could be either or. It's kind of behaving like a aftermarket one. But this kind of blip makes me think it's a factory plastic controller that they're not the best. But okay, we'll try Sport next.
Should I upgrade the wastegate or?
It's a good upgrade actually. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
I'll show you. Also, they're like usually under $100,
Okay.
and they do a lot better at boost control.
Okay.
Let's let this car pass, and we'll do another fourth gear. made of plastic. The aftermarket ones are metal. Okay, go ahead. Yeah, it has like this blip. I don't really get it. That's good.
Oh yeah.
It picks up good, but that initial kind of, I'll keep an eye out for it. We'll try it one more time. But after that, it feels perfect.
Yeah, it does.
Then I'll switch to Sharpie. Sport Sharp. We'll wait after this bend. You should be good. Go ahead.
Oh my God.
Feels pretty good.
Yeah, that feels great.
We'll stay in Sport Sharp for now. Try to get more data around it.
And I didn't hear that weird like little noise that we heard earlier.
Okay.
And we didn't hear it.
Interesting.
So.
Still in fourth or fifth?
Fifth.
Yeah, let's do fourth. Go for it. That's so interesting. Yeah, I still feel a little bit of it. Let's see if I can look at the logs and revise a little more. I feel I can make it smoother. Okay. Unless you got to get out of here.
No, you're good. The tubes.
Fun fact, we were getting into boost and we kept seeing this air fuel O2 sensor reading go very lean, and it was concerning because I thought everything was fine like on the last run, and we had to get under the hood and check the vacuum hose that goes to the fuel pressure regulator. A lot of times those are not clamped or zip tied and they pop right off and you have no more boost reference. It's very important. Yeah, try a fourth gear in intelligent. Doesn't that feel way better?
Yes, sir.
Like way healthier?
Oh yeah.
I was so concerned. I'm like, what's wrong? It's a little tiny hose. Yeah. The turbo encapsulator or whatever you want to call it. Wow. Let's try sharp for the next part. I'm sorry this is taking longer than I expected.
No, you're good.
There's always things that come up.
Well, good thing it was just that little hose, man. I was starting to worry, like, oh no.
Yeah.
What can it be?
Try it again. Feels quick, right?
Oh,
like
yeah.
after 4,000?
After 4,000 it feels better.
Sweet.
Oh, my dad's gonna enjoy this for sure.
You should be like, oh Dad, it sucks. You just say, Dad, like, we gotta get rid of this thing, and then like rip it.
Yeah.
Do like first, second, third. He'll be like, ah.
Oh my God.
He'll be like, give me the title and keys right now.
Yeah. Let's go to the DMV right now.
Yeah.
Fourth gear.
We'll try a fourth, yes. Go ahead. Feels more peppy.
More pet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, there we go.
And soon you'll have to upgrade brakes.
Right?
Are we gonna gun it again? I gotta get a reaction of you.
Like a gear.
That's good.
I like it.
The trans, it's nice that this trans can take the beating.
Yeah.
It like doesn't complain. So we pretty much wrapped up with about 19.5 pounds of boost, pretty much 0 knock on stock injector 2010 STI, just with downpipe and intake from Cobb. We're even on the factory boost controller and it's feeling really smooth. There she goes. We'll have to get a cool impression video with his dad, because his dad was making fun of his Subaru. Hopefully not anymore.